Well, it's the authorities that's took him. The tips came from UK authorities to say wanted criminals in that hospital now. But I'm not saying it has. But has Holly seen who is around him and thinking to herself, I need to get him away from him? Was it Tintin? You know, he's been screaming jealous, imagine ghost over the last few days, hasn't he? All of a sudden, ghost in the hospital with imagine little Tintin, all cut up, jealous, envious. When you look at the information I've put out on the attack, you know, that's as close as you're going to get to the truth. Tintin's being off because he left Sam in the lurch. That's why he's on the outside. You know, you've got to look at the details of, like, where's Sam's watch? Pretty expensive watch, never took it off as a mystery. Where is it? Not a valid point, that, no. Think about it. Where's the watch gone off his wrist? Now he might pop up tomorrow and go, where's my watch? If he doesn't, well, you know, it adds a bit more coal to the fire, doesn't it? When he was attacked, did he have his things taken off him? Was he brought to the destination by Tintin? Yes, Bridget, and these are all answers that Sam knows, and that's why he's got to take precautions around certain individuals, hasn't he? As you would have to, wouldn't you? And when you've got a little messed up, let's think about the kid. He's twisted on. He hasn't accepted the deaths of his family. And it's ruining him, and it's making him a mess, and he's doing mad shit towards anyone. Because it happens. You know, when something like that impacts you, it can completely change your character. That's what you've got to understand with Tintin as well. He's a little loose. He's in a mess more than... Well, he was in a mess more than Sam before Sam got his hiding. He's just like running away from addressing the problem. Tintin, that's what you're looking at with Tintin. You know, he lost his brother and then his mother wearing it or something. So it's a big thing, innit? You know, when you're a mummy's boy and shit like that, and all of a sudden your brother's gone, then your mum's gone. It's like a double impact. It's like a double slap on the neck by me. You know, it's going to shake you to the core. Know what I'm saying, the peeps? If I slap you on the neck twice, trust me, I'm shaking your central nervous system to the core. Little Tintin, imagine me slapping him on the neck twice. You know, slap him in Birmingham, he'd be in Liverpool. Like he just got there in a Formula 1 car. With American flying glasses on. A Ferrari driver's jacket and a motorbiker's cap, a Rossi cap. Still he dress over there now, innit? What cars aren't he? Roasting over there, everything you've got on instead thick. The brains are thick. Imagine being based in Marbella and your life going to the way it is. We go there and have a nice holiday and chill. They go there and lose their lives. Drug dealers, aren't they? Should it matter if they die? Should we care if they all go? Yes, mental health, Emma, Luz. Just keep it real, old lads. Keep it back to the life form of things. You've got a man there who's just like in a bad situation and he can't see it still. He's just not listening to Ollie. Why? Because Ollie's got real consideration there, hasn't she? No one else around him has got real consideration unless it's its mum or his bloodline. And even half his bloodline won't have consideration for him because he's caused a lot of shit for them. But the person with the most consideration, empathy, sympathy, love, care, who he should be listening to, he's not. She's a pregnant woman. She's not daft. She's not stupid. She knows how to look after herself. She knows if he's not listening. She might be unbrave enough. She might be brave enough in that relationship to say, look, this dictating now, bang, this. You get your. She might be. It mightn't be that type of dynamics among, because again, just the character you're dealing with when he's in relationships with women. It's like an it's not like it's not 100. It's 150. If you understand what I mean. So again, it's hard to stay away from the subject without sounding like you're hating. Do you understand what I mean? But I'm not hating. I'm just trying to look at the situation from everyone's set of shoes. Perspective taking, it's called. Putting yourself in other people's shoes, looking at the situation from someone else's angle. It's good to live like that, to be honest. Solves you a lot of problems, solves you a lot of arguments, a lot of conflict. If you can perspective take. Like if you get in conflict with anyone, always look at it from where they're sitting. Always. Otherwise, you're not playing chess. What's the first thing you're doing in chess? I don't even play it. But what's the first thing you're doing? Understanding his next move. How do you do that? By putting yourself in his place. It's the only way you can do it. That's it. Watch the next move. To watch his next move, you've got to envision what his next play is. Same thing, perspective taking. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just looking at it from Holly's situation more than any other, to be honest with you, because she's the one in the mess. Oh yeah, we've got this gangster, got this other little weirdo off drugs and drink and partying and all this madness, but then you've got Holly, a woman with 2 kids in her belly. And that's what's important there, people. She's the one that's going to need the emotional support at the moment. She's dead strong. She's going through the process of a pregnant woman, being that, going through the difficulties of having this. Should have this clean. Now this is full. When she's had the baby, this is when the problems start. It's called PND, postnatal depression. So what a woman's meant to do in these 9 months is chill out. The provider is meant to do whatever he's meant to do for her. She's meant to just be nothing, exercising, keeping herself fit, but this, no insecurity should be getting planted in her. None. Why? Because they come out after. And she can't be secure with him. It's impossible to be secure with such a party animal. You can't be secure in a secure relationship with a party animal. Why? Because if you're not there, someone is. Do you understand what I mean? You can't party alone. She probably met him partying. Do you understand what I'm saying? So she's got like, even like speaking like that about it, wrong, innit? It's just a mess. I don't even know why I'm caught up in it. Well, I do, because you dragged me into it. But you know, get your priorities straight here, people. You know, it's quite obvious he's had a bad accident. Give him a month. Remove some of the individuals from him. Let him clarify with the situation he's in a little bit. And he might change dynamics, but if he has a sniff, it's over for him. You've lost him. It's not even worth caring for him. What you should be caring for is his kids and his bird. Yes, Kelly, Kate, LJN. Honest, because you know what? I'm going off. So I don't like talking about it because it triggers, and then I sometimes lose my sight because people get triggered and start complaining. Just saying them words twice is risking my life, isn't it? Someone just said I'm fed up chatting to myself. So I'm fed up chatting to myself, mate. All says Esmeralda Balaboos. Let me just help you with that. Because you're new in here and you're demanding attention and you can spat your dummy out and leg that out alive like you're gonna be missed. Get your shit in a twist, mate. I'll block 1,000 people tonight if you have to. I'm not after click. I'm not after people gifting. I'm not after any of that bullshit. So don't come in here like I'm craving your attention. Soft cunt, you've got yourself blocked. It's not like that over here, you know, people. You know, you can just sit in here and stop tapping shit. Just have a scream, engage, be productive in the mind. Not about materials, honest to God. It is what it is, lad. But when you're looking at the head injury on it reminds me of my brother. Do you understand what I mean? That's why I think it's pulling me. You know, got me a little bit about him. So there's a few people in here that won't know, but when I was like, before my life really up, was about 13, 14, I've had to kick my brother's front door in because he'd shot himself in his head. You know, with a catalyser gun. Remember when the cows were getting all them diseases years ago, BSG or whatever they call it, and they were putting low thousands down. Well, someone off our estate offered me further a job for 15 ton a night, putting cows down. And one of the tools was a catalyser gun. And you'd take it home with you. And you'd put a detonator in the back of it, and a bolt the size of your finger would come out the barrel. So he's been a cokehead. He's been going through a madness. On his come down, boom. So I've kicked his door in, saved him. Kept him alive, done it. But he was in a coma for 6 months. And when he come out of it, he had this big square of staples and flat skull. Just like him. That's why I'm like thinged off it, I think. But he came out of that with the worst form of epilepsy you can get, I believe. And he lasted about 15 years. And then unalived himself at the top of the stairs in my mum's house. What did he do? Within a month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks of him coming out of that coma, instead of sticking to the list that they'd given, none of this, none of that, none of that, this diet, this diet, this diet. He was on the drink and the drugs within 8 weeks, having epileptic fits every other week, vaulting off his bed, biting his tongue, restricting the oxygen to here. I'm in jail but I'm getting photos of his, you know, as the years go by, I can see him looking fit, healthy, strong, to looking like he belongs in a wheelchair. And that was off every time he had a fit. He'd restrict the oxygen to his brain. And over the years, it was making him look more like Sam. So I think it's deep for me. You know, when I'm looking at the situation, I'm looking at like someone that's going to kill themselves if they don't leave the drugs and certain things alone in their life. That's what you're looking at, basically. So when you see that ghost getting nicked on the live, again, it might have been Sam. They're the tricks he pulls when there's big money involved. You know, someone's been managing his money behind the scenes, someone's been helping him along that. You know, he might have got it all and get out the scene. And this is just me, like, looking at every angle again, with every character. Just because he's had a bang on his head doesn't mean he changes traits. Why? You've only got to look how money and orientated he is still. Haven't you? You know, it's like a massive indication. Everything in his life, but he's able to play matches and get subscriptions and speak about making money, and you get what I'm saying? So these are all things that need to be considered going forward for people that are interested in, like, supporting him financially. You can't support him emotionally. He's not allowing it, is he? He's not allowing it. So he's just in a mess, mate. Look, at the end of the day, if you go back 4 weeks ago, there was mad shit going on TikTok because of him. Mad shit going. It's still there. It's just all getting pushed aside now because he's managed to speak to Corey, shut that mad side down by saying you were lying. It's better one lie than four. Do you get what I'm saying? So Corey's come out, oh, I was only messing, never seen these voice notes. Covered Dave and thing go instantly. So it's like, get where I'm coming from. It's a big madness over there. If you go back 4 weeks ago, there was pure shit going on because of him. He had a crazy bang on his head. And now everyone's forgot the crazy shit that's still with me. I'm not going to bring it all back up. Obviously, I've called them two rats out. But they, instead of them addressing the truth, they've just went behind to try and kill the truth off again by having probably Corey come out and go, oh yeah, I was lying. You know what I mean? Corey, the kid that got his house smashed up, and man, you better tell everyone you were lying, you've caused shit here. And that's what's happened with that situation. And it's going to continue, isn't it? Why? Because you've got young Tintin, haven't you? He's not going to go away, him. Honest. He's got to be in his bonnet, hasn't he? So he's going to start chatting major shit soon as he really... The only way he doesn't is if you see him next to Sam in a week. Wonder why Ghost is being nicked. He was on his toes, weren't he? I heard him boasting about that. He was on his toes for some mad offences in Liverpool. That's why he's over there, because he was on his toes for some crazy frauds or something, weren't he? Was he not? What's the offences he's got? Yes, Honey Bear, hope you well. That's what you're looking at. You know, that's what you're engaging with there. Engaging with people like, and what you going to say, Birdman, you know, someone off TikTok, like, you're not engaging with, you're engaging with an organised crime group who participate in distributing whatever they can to make a profit. That's what you're looking at when you look at Tintin, Ghost, all these other people around him, Sam. That's what they are. They're an organised crime group in Marbella that sell party drugs wherever they can. Unfortunately, they've come unstuck. They were warned, they never listened. People had watches robbed, people had expensive stuff taken off them. There was a little bit in if enough and ah, and then he got put in Aussie. As an intervention, I believe, he's lucky he's not dead, mate, to be honest. He's just, it is what it is, but he's not. This one, he needs time, the poor lad. He needs all these gangsters removed from him, because they're not helping him. They're not helping him at all, mate. You know, who's paying for that bill? It's expensive over there in them hospitals, isn't it? Yes, Bergie. Has anyone thought of that? TKD. Who's paying for the bill in that hospital? Everyone else has got to pay when they're abroad, isn't it? Oh, it's an NHS type of hospital. Yeah, but only if you're resident. Only if you're a citizen, isn't it? It's not like that here, is it? Here, you can just go in the NHS. Over there, you even get an ambulance, you get billed, don't you? Oh, anyway, regardless, he's getting the care he needs. Unfortunately, it's getting jeopardised by the lads that are around him clickbaiting. As I say, the only person that really caring for him at this moment in time, with any unbiasedness there, is probably Holly. And depending what girl was with him on the night of the attack, depends on how potent Holly is now, doesn't it? Yes, Paula G, Melissa, Mahunu. Because I'm hearing there was girls amongst this bullshit. Don't think it was Holly, like, but I'm hearing there was like a girl or two around this madness. Don't know who. But look, it is what it is, like. As I say, you've got a gang of drug dealers in Spain doing money schemes on TikTok for a year or two. Shit hit the fan for them, and they're just trying to rescue the money maker, which is TikTok. You know, they're probably selling drugs over there and making $1,000 each, whereas on TikTok they're making 15 ton each. Do you get what I'm saying? And Ghost has probably been in the background doing the money things for the stalker, and he's just being took out. So it can be two things, that, can't it? I know we're coming at every angle here. It could be Ghost being slimy, thinking, this is finished, I'll just get myself nicked and bail with all the dough. Had his accounts full, got himself nicked, fuck back off the UK, see you later. Little start-up package for himself. This is what they're like. You know, they'll do this to each other. That's the type of character you're dealing with. They'll sit with you for 4 years, then rob your house and wife. That's the mentality with drug dealers, you get what I'm saying? Especially slippery ones that aren't meant to be drug dealers. What do I mean by that? Aren't meant to be drug dealers. Like, no one's meant to be a drug dealer, but the point I'm making is you have got career criminals getting nicked at 11, going into care 13, 14, white piece system, con system, this, that. And then you've got people like Ghost. Stuck a helmet in a bedroom, got himself involved in crime. Can't do jail, snitch before he gets to 10. You know all this? Never had an interview off police. Never been in a courtroom. If he has, it's been for a fine. This is what you're dealing with. And then you've got Sam, the ringleader of them, like he's some big and El Chapo, when in reality he's El Bifter. Do you get what I'm saying? El Bifter, like. Yeah, Sweet Trouble. Oh, Sweet True Donut, sorry. So yeah, let's hope he gets his head together and bails with his bird. If not, it's not worth watching him. The only reason you'd be watching him is to watch his downfall. If he doesn't bail with his bird, if he doesn't come away from his sniffing of drugs and shit like this, give him a month, 2 months. It's all he needs. If he can't see how he is in a month, he's definitely not going to see how he is in 6 months. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So, the only reason you'll be watching him in a few months, if he doesn't jump with Holly and try and sort of fix himself up properly, is for his downfall. Is for the ending of him. That's all you'll be watching, and you'll have rats in there encouraging it. You know what this social media is like. They'll be on him, you know, because he's broke spiritually. So that's wrong with him at the moment. You know, he's feeling sorry for himself. He's withdrawing from a lot of substances at the same time. He's got a lot of insecurities around him. You know, he's in victim state. So he's trying to, I've got no trouble with no one. He's in victim state. Do you get what I'm saying to you? You know, give him a month. Let's see if he starts wanting trouble with the world again. Which will be, this is the natural process, actually. This is what happens, actually. Do you understand? Why? Because you've got to do that to come out of the victim state. I'm not, nah. So he's got to do all. He's just got a horrible process. Horrible. And he needs to be drug-free and rat-free. If he doesn't go drug-free and rat-free, as I said, 10 years later, is there anything positive to talk about? So yeah, just bear in mind what's important to you. Yes, Samuel Walker's important, but if he doesn't help himself, well then, he's definitely not helping Ollie. So that's what you need to consider there. If he's not helping himself, he's definitely not helping the situation with a woman and 2 children in her belly. Definitely not. So, as a group of people, your attention should be on the girl in this situation. How long's she been with him? You know, was it just one of them social media attractive, on the spot, coke sniffing, exciting things, and it's gone too far now? You see, what you got to understand, people, is again, I'm judging this Ollie like I know it. I'm speaking on it like I've met it and I've seen it before, this and all that, but you just got to look at it from her point of view, like, now she's being left in a mess, mate, hasn't she? Well, it's not a mess because she looks like she's capable. But what I mean is, I'm sure she'd want her dad who's mentally focused and ready and committed to it than a dad that's rich just sending money every month. Although the money works, trust me, that girl is going to have a massive void. It's just hard to criticise him at the moment, though. You can't really, you just can't. At the moment, I want to say bad shit about how he's treating the situation with Holly, but you can't. You're just caught in it, like, who am I? Who am I to have this judge on this? Who am I sitting here to be opinionated this much on this situation? I'm not even... I got dragged into a mess for 6 months, basically. It's just weird, mate, and you know what? he still doesn't deserve an head injury for what he's done to me. Do you understand? It's just weird, mate. It's just weird, but she's in a mad situation here now, you know. He's expecting her to have kids and start flying them across the country. This isn't good for Ollie, this, you know, people. Honest to God, mate, she's in a bad situation there. Doesn't matter how good the family are. Doesn't matter if her mum and dad there are going to stand and support her like they probably... You can tell. She had a half-decent upbringing, hasn't she? So you're not dealing with a rat off the street there. So she's going to have family, but even that, it's not going to make a difference when it comes to this. Like, wow, it's just going to hit her like a brick on the chin, this, isn't it, lads? Some of you lads will know what I'm saying, like. It's not just about all the women thinking like this. You know, you lads need to start thinking like this, because that's what's wrong with society. You aren't thinking about the women the way I'm thinking about this woman. You're all treating them like opposition and enemies and shit like this. So you need to start understanding young. Don't be sitting there going, listen to him. Oh, listen to him. You need to start. This is the way men think. This is the way men think about women in bad situations. I'm just being a man about the situation. For not down on tools and going, yous are irrelevant now. Get gone. I'm coming home. This is what he needs to do. He needs to say, Ollie, I'm coming home, not flying to Africa to sit by Faith's grave. You've got to understand that, look, he's still on that page of scheming, but he's not in the right frame of mind. So you're hearing shit that's coming out of his mouth that if he was in the right frame of mind, it would be put across a lot better. But because he's not in the right frame of mind, he's letting slip. You know, you're in a mess. Why are you saying, I want to go to Africa on a plane and chill with the grave of a dog, when you've got a woman who's in Liverpool with 2 babies in her belly due to be born? Well, don't sit next to her. But as I say, it's just hard to criticise him without sounding horrible. My ball's in Ollie's court, not his. Although I've shown the love towards, because that's what it is. Although I've shown the love towards him in that way, you know, okay, you've got your situation going on. What are you doing with this, lad? Don't carry on treating this like a piece of shit. As I say, lad, you know, when you're growing up and you used to walk down the street and you'd see a man pissed punching his bird and you'd just step in and start going, what are you doing, you rat? Bam, stealing it on him or something. The bird would be going, leave him. But your just morals were through the roof. And then as the years were going by, all of a sudden you've got people saying, leave them, stay out of it, it's their relationship, don't get yourself involved. So everyone starts leaving the couple over there while she's getting her face punched in because it's no one's business. Well, I've just never been like that, to be honest. You know, I was that kid getting battered by his dad because he's trying to protect his man. Do you understand what I mean? And that's just with me. So when I'm seeing this here, although all to do with me, I'm getting stressed about it. Let's put some music on. When you hear music, doesn't mean I necessarily like it. I just put mixes on. So when you hear stomping tracks like that, don't think I'm a stomper.
Opening race for it.
I don't sit there on 10 galleys with my oar in the sink, think I'm the best dancer in the world. Do you understand what I'm saying?